Sun Rock Art. Want to keep up to date with educational videos such as these? Hit that like and subscribe button. The aim of this lesson is for students to evaluate and show understanding of prehistoric and sand rock art. What do you know about prehistoric and sand rock art? Add to your knowledge by watching the video titled Secrets in Stone, Sand Rock Art's Spiritual Code Revealed on the Tekweni YouTube channel. Link in the description. There are also loads of other videos on both sand rock art and other prehistoric art on YouTube. Let's first look at the development of humans. Historians divide the development of humans into various periods. Remember that BC is the common term for everything which happened before the year 0 on the Gregorian calendar. The Paleolithic period, 4,000 to 10,000 BC. During the Paleolithic period, man was a nomad who hunted and sheltered in caves. They engraved and painted on stone, bone, and ivory, and used simple tools. Carvings were generally crude and simplistic. They used animal skins were used for coverings. Sand rock art represents the first art created by people. Due to the extinction of the nomadic sand, the oral tradition of passing down history was broken. This made interpretations difficult, although through some investigations, some stories and culture was preserved, and symbolism became clear. In sand rock art, humans were long and elongated, and they focused on realistic representation. In these paintings, people were usually doing a large number of rituals. At some sites, there's overlapping and certain places became important. The Mesolithic period, 10,000 to 3,500 BC. A simple community lifestyle developed with clusters of reed and clay dwellings, and the time period highlights the start of agriculture and the domestication of animals near water sources. During this time, the first woven cloth was produced for clothes and coverings. The Neolithic period, 3,500 to 1,700 BC. Villages developed with nearby cultivated fields. A characteristic of this period was large stone structures, like Stonehenge in England. The Bronze Age, 2000 BC. During this time, it was discovered that if copper and tin were combined, a harder alloy was created, known as bronze. Weapons like swords and arrowheads, as well as sculptures, were created from bronze. Generally, man continued developing his community life and settlements. The Iron Age, 700 BC. It is recorded that iron was exported to Europe in 700 BC. Iron replaced bronze for making weapons, tools, and decorations. Geometric patterns, birds, animals, and fantasy were included in decorations. What is prehistoric art? Prehistoric art refers to art created by humans before the invention of writing, which is typically dated to around 3000 BCE. Prehistoric art includes a wide range of visual arts, including cave paintings, rock art, sculptures, engravings, and carvings. Prehistoric art often depicted animals, humans, and other elements of nature, such as trees and rivers. These images were often used to tell stories or convey important cultural or spiritual beliefs. Prehistoric artists often used natural materials such as charcoal, ochre, and other pigments to create their art. They also used simple tools, such as sticks, bones, and stones, to apply the pigments. Prehistoric art played an important role in the development of human culture and has influenced art movements throughout history and can be found all over the world. Studying prehistoric art can give us insights into the lives, beliefs, and practices of our ancient ancestors and help us better understand the history of human civilization. Who are the San people? The San people are indigenous hunter-gatherer people who have inhabited southern Africa for thousands of years. They traditionally lived in small nomadic groups and survived by hunting wild game and gathering wild plants. The San language is characterized by the use of click sounds, which are produced by clicking the tongue against the roof of the mouth. Some parts of the culture and language still survive to this day in their native Southern Africa. San rock art is a form of prehistoric art that was created by the San people of Southern Africa and can be found in many parts of Southern Africa, including South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, and Zimbabwe. Typically found in caves, rock shelters, and open-air sites, the art often depicts animals, humans, and other elements of nature. Examples of San rock art include the Setterberg Rock Art Trail in South Africa, which features many examples of San rock art, including images of eland, people, and geometric patterns. The Brandberg Mountain in Namibia, which is home to thousands of examples of San rock art, including images of animals, humans, and mythological creatures. The Tsodilo Hills in Botswana, that are known for their many examples of San rock art, including images of giraffes, elephants, and other animals. The Matobo Hills in Zimbabwe, which are home to many examples of San rock art, including images of animals, people, and spiritual symbols. The Drakensberg Mountains in South Africa and Lesotho, which feature many examples of San rock art, including images of eland, hunters, and spiritual figures. The Twyfelfontein Rock Art Site in Namibia, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and features many examples of San rock art, including images of rhinoceroses, elephants, and humans. A very famous example of San rock art is known as the Linton Panel, discovered in the 1920s in the Linton Farm Rock Shelter in the Eastern Cape Province of South Africa. The large rock panel, measuring around 2.7 meters in length and 1.3 meters in height, and believed to date back to the later Stone Age period. The Linton Panel is one of the largest and most well-preserved examples of San rock art in South Africa, featuring many intricate geometric designs and symbols that are typical of San rock art, and includes repeated patterns of zigzags, chevrons, and circles, as well as images of animals and human figures. The designs and symbols used in the Linton Panel are similar to those found in other San rock art sites across Southern Africa, indicating a shared cultural and artistic tradition among different San communities. The panel has been the subject of ongoing research and conservation efforts. In recent years, experts have used advanced imaging and analysis techniques to study the panel in detail, uncovering new insights into its artistic techniques, cultural significance, and historical context. The Linton Panel is also part of a larger conservation effort to protect and preserve Southern Africa's rich cultural heritage, including its many examples of San rock art and images from the Linton Panel are also incorporated into the South African coat of arms. The meanings of San rock art are often difficult to interpret with certainty, as many of the symbols and images used by the San people have been lost over time. But some interpretations include spiritual and religious significance, storytelling or communication, recording of daily life and ritual, or ceremonial purposes. I hope you now know a little more about prehistoric art and San rock art. Look out for our next prehistoric art lesson, which will focus on the Lascaux Caves in France. Find the link for additional resources and full lesson plans on our Teachers Pay Teachers site in the description. Thank you for joining me. A+ Art Resources is a Teachers Pay Teachers store with a variety of resources for teaching visual arts, creative arts, and English in South African schools. See the store link in the description. Remember to like and subscribe.